Hey there, Internet. My name's Elise. As some of you may or may not know, because of this whole quarantine thing, last weekend, Luxury Gaming did their own really big tournament that was kind of supposed to simulate a YCS, because we were supposed to have YCS Charlotte last weekend. Unfortunately, that got canceled because of everything that's going on. So they were able to hold this replacement event, and I did compete in it, and I had a bunch of people asking about what deck I played, how it went for me. So I figured, since it was all an online tournament, I can just get all the replays off Dueling Book, and I can just kind of make a video showing what happened, and also talk about my deck a little bit. So, for this event, I played the Rocket deck. It's only a few cards off what, Shuping played when he won, and then when, Cody, Shu, and Manov topped the weekend after at Vegas. It's a little bit different. This is kind of a list that Cody is working on. It's basically the list he's playing right now, but I thought it was a really decent way to at least attempt and start. So, 90% of the main deck is the same. The only things that changed from the list they topped with at Vegas and this list now is, Cody decided to try out the Artifact Scythe engine just because, there are actually a lot of people who are trying this main deck Dark Ruler No More. So Scythe is kind of there to play around that going like first so that you don't just auto lose Dark Ruler No More and then they can't really do anything during their turn and then you just go off the turn after because they can't break your board. So having this availability is really nice. It came up a few times, you'll definitely see that. Then the next major one would be the hand trap difference. So before there was Droll and Cosmic was maxed, there was Destrudo, there was Dragon Shrine, and there was Black Metal Dragon. So the Black Metal just felt like it wasn't as needed anymore, so that could be easily cut. Destrudo, all of us just hated. So that was just easily the most cuttable card anyways. Even before the ban list came out, we wanted to cut it, and it was completely justifiable to cut it. So, that was easy to cut, and then, so the main swap for Hand Trap is, like, Droll turned into Impermanence, just because it has a little bit more versatility against everything that's not Spiral, and especially with this, the format for the weekend and this upcoming format, Impermanence is just going to end up being a little bit better. I might consider maining Nibiru or something instead. I know Shu played Nibiru and DD Crow, and that's something I definitely think is kind of cool too, but I don't know yet. And then the Dark Ruler No More I really liked. It didn't come up that much this weekend, but the fact that, like, because a lot of the time it is essentially just another hand trap when you're going second, and then going first, usually they can't break your board. If they somehow do, then usually they're not killing you, and then you can just, like, Dark Ruler them and then break their board again, and they probably won't have as many resources to be able to come back after that. So I think this is a really good addition to the deck. Allowed us to fit a couple more things into the side deck, which was pretty nice. Otherwise, the main deck is pretty much the same. I mean, you can learn a lot more about the ratios and everything if you go watch Shu's original deck profile. Yeah, I mean, there's so much room for hand traps and stuff and the cosmics and whatnot just because, like, you just have the flex spots, and yeah, there's nothing more to say about the main deck. The side deck, we just fit in the third Cosmic, because we wanted to have a little bit more hand trap presence, so the Cosmic just felt better sided, just so we could fit those in main decked, and then we can just worry about that later. Otherwise, the Nibiru count was upped, and then the anti-spell was upped. There's no Scarlight in the deck at all, just because it's really only necessary for time, and in a lot of situations where, like, another level 8 could come up, you could just make something else. So it ended up not being necessary, and however, if I was going into an event where it was regular time rules and everything, I would 100% play Scarlight, but a lot of online tournaments are allowing more time in the round, and a lot more people are becoming familiar with the deck, so it's easier to not go into time as easily, but it can always happen. So if rounds get shorter, then I'll play Scarlet again. But for now, it wasn't really necessary. So we were able to up the Nibiru count, which is nice, just because, especially for Charlotte weekend, which was going to be a ton of needle fiber, shenanigans and whatnot, having this maxed out was really nice. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same side deck. And then the only real changes to the extra deck was adding the Dagda. That's the only new thing we played because, sure, there were combos to go Needle Fiber Appaloosa, but it was either play Appaloosa or play Seal, like, on most turns. And the deck ended up being more consistent going with, like, this route and also allowed us to play more hand traps. So it just made more sense to play this version because you're going to have the better deck overall throughout the tournament as opposed to relying on, like, because you had to play, like, 3 Gloat Bulb and then the Rocket Synchro and a couple other things to try and make your combo successful, which just added more bricks to the deck. So I really liked not playing Needle Fiber. It just, the deck flowed just as good as normal. The only mistake I made with this deck is, so what happened was, I played this Link Karibo instead of Beat Cop. This was not intentional. Going into the tournament, I don't really play on Dueling Book that much, or at least I wasn't beforehand, so I had imported in a list that was a Needle Fiber list, and that was apparently the only card I forgot to change, because you play this for the Needle Fiber combos, and I forgot to change that up for the Beat Cop because I wasn't really paying attention, and I didn't notice it till like round 2 or 3, and luckily it only came up once or twice where I missed Beat Cop. I don't know if I 100% would have played out of like any of the matches where it came up, so I can't really say if it mattered too much or not. It probably did. It should have just been Beat Cop, but it happens. Oh well. So that was the deck. I really like Rockets a lot. I think it's the best deck right now. It's just too consistent, and it's really difficult to play, but once you get it, it feels so rewarding to play. So anyways, let's just get into replays. So this first one is going to be my round 1. I actually end up, I'm going to turn this up a little bit so you can hear DB sounds. So I actually end up playing the mirror match. He wins the RPS, so he'll be going first. I open Ash Phantasme, so at the very least I can, you know, attempt to interrupt him a little bit or gain advantage to maybe draw Dark Roll or something. I decided to Ash right here because he has to hard open like Boot Sector Tracer or like something else, so I like ashing here if I don't know they have anything else, and usually that can be enough, but he did hard open the Boot Sector. He was only able to summon a Tracer though, which means he can't full combo at this point, so he's just gonna make Seal. I'm gonna attempt to Phantasme, but he has the Ash for that, so that just doesn't go through. Fortunately enough for me, I do 100% open full combo. This is full combo because I have access to 4 dragons, because I have the Quick Launch and the Foolish. So literally I can just go for full combo right here. It just depends on what he has in hand. He does bounce with Sphere, but it doesn't matter since I have the Quick Launch, so now I can just go off from there. Because what I can do is I can Quick Launch summon literally any rocket, and then I can Foolish the Tracer, and then I can go for the Boot Sector from there, so I'm just going to speed up, yeah. So I go for the Foolish, send the Router to add the Tracer, and then Boot Sector will summon both of them, and then I can start going for my combos. As you see, he does have Phantasma in his hand, so it's just going to depend on what he can potentially draw. I go Dagda just because I wanted just an extra body on board to attempt to kill him, and it's game 1, so I'm not expecting Nibiru, so I just wanted extra things to push with just in case. And if for some reason he is able to get, like, have a hand trap to stop my board, I'd rather have this Scythe to attempt to trigger instead of having just the Sphere. He does drop the Phantasme, but luckily he doesn't draw anything that's relevant, because it was just a Droll Imperm, and he only keeps 1. The Droll is literally irrelevant, so at that point, so I just won. But he's going to start this game. I open Phantasma again, but I do have Imperm, so I can definitely do stuff. He starts with Quick Launch. He summons Magna Rocket, goes into the Striker Dragon. I really shouldn't have done this here. I should have waited on the Imperm, but just because he didn't use his normal summon, so it was better that I wait to use the Imperm, but I was kind of being a little trigger happy. It was like 10 a.m. I was kind of half asleep at this point, but, you know, it happens. Because now at this point, just seeing that he added Ravine and the black, he can full combo, and by that I mean he can, because you just can get the Tracer right here, he can normal summon it, and then he can summon the Silver Rocket and, do the regular full combo, because he can use black as his synchro material instead of, the last rocket he would normally need. So he'll be able to end full combo, and I don't know he has Scythe, but having the Scythe is like super huge. So honestly, there's not much to show about the full combo. I attempted Phantasma again, but Yasha's again, and he is still playing the black metal, which I think Shu was too. It was just a personal choice that we didn't. So he's just going through his full combo motions right now, and he does, you know, get to this point of the board. But instead of summoning the Black Dragon, he just goes straight into the Savage. Oh yeah, and also the fact that he summoned Silver, he didn't summon Silver off of his Recharger, means he especially can't do the play. So there's literally no point to do it. So at this point, he's just gonna eventually make the Abomination and pass. And he sets one. I don't really know what it's gonna be. I feel like I need to bait the negate right now. Because I drew the Even Leaf a turn, which is really nice. I feel like if I can bait the negate, there's a way I can play through it, but it's going to be really hard with the Abomination. But he just lets the Evenly go through, thinking that, like, the rest of his board wasn't going to matter, which I think if he didn't use the negate there, I would have lost this game, but now I just get to normal summon Magna Rocket and, go for the Striker Dragon, which he doesn't negate, and I just get to add the Boot Sector. He negates the Boot Sector. I just go for the Guard Dragon to summon back the Magna Rocket so I can go into the, whatchamacallit, my Romulus. I can Dragon Shrine and get that. And I just say to him, because we're in a Discord call at this point, because that's how the whole tournament was run, which was really nice. And I said, look, if I show you Boot Sector, will you scoop? Because you know what I know what I'm doing. And he's like, yeah, you got this. Good game. So eventually he scoops. But yeah. And afterwards he realized the mistake of the Black Dragon and everything. So it unfortunately happens, but I won a mirror match round 1, so I'm okay with that. Next, we're going to be playing against Guru Control. I'm really good against backrow decks when I'm playing like actual Yu-Gi-Oh! But online, for some reason, I'm just really bad against backrow decks. I don't know why. I'm able to win the RPS, so I'm able to start. This hand is full combo, so it just depends on how I play it. I just summon the Seifert. I think the correct play is just Tribute itself. He wasn't a strong English speaker, so we were just using the chat here. So I'm just going through the combo strings. He decides a Phantasme. Didn't draw an additional hand trap, so I'm just able to add the White Dragon and the Boot Sector. I go summon the White Dragon. I think I just go into Sphere right here, just because that's definitely correct, since I didn't need anything else. I go Foolish for the Silver Rocket, just so I can capitalize on my Boot Sector, in case he does have a play to hurt my Veiler, hurt my Tracer. So I just summon the 2, and I can start going through my combo motions right here. I decided to pop the Silver Rocket, just in case he interrupts my combo at another point, so I can still at least trigger Silver Rocket in hand phase if I don't summon it back. But at this point, I can just start going through the full motions of the combo, which is just summon LP, summon the Striker Dragon. I think here is where he's thinking about dropping the Veiler. And he does decide to drop it right here, but luckily there are other plays I can do. So I can Striker Dragon, bring back the Recharger, or add back the Recharger, and he's thinking for some reason, even though he literally has no interruption, but whatever. So eventually he says it's fine. I add back the Recharger, summon the Tracer so I can go straight into Quad Boral. Quad Boral pop itself to summon the 2, so I can at least end on Savage and Sphere, and then I'll also have the Cosmic Cyclone to be able to do whatever I want, so I'll be sitting pretty okay. And I think I made a mistake in bringing back the I shouldn't have brought back the Silver Rocket. I kind of forgot about it. If I brought back Recharger, I just would have had more on board, but I do get to end with a negate on board, and I have a set Cosmic to pass with, so I feel like I'm sitting pretty okay right now, which realistically I should be. So he does have the Super Poly in hand, and he drew Hidden City for turn, which is kind of unfortunate, but I'm pretty sure... Well, I don't know what he's playing at this point. I just saw Phantasme Veiler, so that could beat anything. He eventually just goes to attack the Sphere. I just decided to bounce his... just bounce a Phantasme, but he makes a weird play and decides to Super Poly right here, which, like, I guess it just makes it so my Savage was a non-factor, but I feel like there's no point to do that, because especially with chaining it, now I just get to bounce back his Starving Venom, and that means I can just go for the Sphere. I just get safer because it's going to let me have the most recursion to, like, do anything, so safer just made the most sense at the time. He does play Hidden City, and I do just Cosmic it. So that's pretty nice. He sets the 2 and passes. Drew Ash Return, which doesn't really help me in this instance. Save my face, he does decide to take my Safer. I don't have another play because I try and boot, but then that happens, so just pass again. He moves his Safer into attack mode, which doesn't make any sense, because he did that before Battle Phase. Or, I mean, he did it after Battle Phase, so it literally just didn't make sense. And luckily it's only the Nemesis Archer right here, but he's under order right now, so I kind of have to, like, figure out how to play this properly. So what I do is I just normal summon the Magna Rocket and decide to attack into my Safer, because that way I have the Savage engraved, so I can just recur the Savage with my Safer. So just do the attack, and he's like, your rocket dies. I'm like, no, my dude's at 0-0, so you take 18, man. He's like, oops. So at least I'm also putting in some, like, just pressure on him, because Order's wearing down on him, and now that's wearing down on him. But now I can just go for the Striker Dragon play. Striker Dragon for Recharger. Recharger will bring back Quad Boral. Also, I get to search for another boot sector that doesn't matter. But yeah, we're just going to do the Recharger play, because Recharger is just insane. Then Quad Boral will target itself again. I keep the Ash just because it's going to be better in the long run. So just summon back the 2 again, and he's like reading cards, but I did everything legally. I know exactly what I'm doing, fortunately, for some reason. So I link both away, or not, I synchro away into the Savage. I don't have, like, a huge link monster I can do, so it's just going to be Quad Boral, but that's at least 2 negates, and I gain 500. So, draws return, he drew nothing. It was just the Umistrix, I obviously don't know that, but he decides to go enter Battle Phase, I believe. Or was it this turn? Or next turn? Oh yeah, I think it was next turn. So, or next game, I know he decides to crash at one point, so I do draw Magna Rocket, so that means that's just instantly game. I'm just gonna fast forward it again, because kill that, negate it, and then just attack for game, because this is plus 500, so that's cool. So game 2, he's gonna go first. I didn't open amazingly against him. Just the evenly isn't ideal, but I'll try and play around it. We'll see. His hand is kind of nutty. I literally know I cannot play around this just from looking at it right now. I'll tell you right now, I could not play around it because, yeah, there's not much to show. It's just, he's going to set 5 back row. He has 2 Final Battle and Fiendus in hand. I try and evenly. Does Fiendus. Flips up their Ken. Flips Judgment. And I literally just have to try and stall at this point. Magna Rocket died because of quick launch, but then he has total control at this point. I can't do anything about him. So game 3, I decided to go first, and I think this is a game where I'm pretty sure I could have gone off if I played the Beat Cop. Actually, was this a game I could have done it? I gotta think about it for a second. I don't think I could have. Yeah. This wasn't a hand I could have. Yeah. So unfortunately, this is just a Sphere pass moment. I do have a set Cosmic at the very least, so I can stop a Hidden City play, which he does activate, and I do just get to get rid of. But the unfortunate thing is, as you can see right here, he has their Ken. But he does decide to go just set 3 pass. I try and sphere just so I can try and get board presence. But since I did draw the Levianeer, I can just attempt to go for it and chip away at his back row. But as you saw, he does have the Solemn Strike, which means no Levianeer, no. Summon Magma Rocket. It doesn't really matter if I could have gone into a play. Then he just crashes the Nemesis Archer. He drew a Judgment for turn, which is like, I guess. But he is able to get the Guru out of deck. He sets it, but then he tries to flip it immediately, forgetting that he just summoned it, and I'm like, dude, come on. We're in 2020. Like, look at this. Come on, man. You're entered in an online tournament that's hosted by a specialized tournament page, but, you know, whatever, it happens, I guess. So, I just play the boot sector so I can attack over it. I need to apply some sort of pressure and maybe hope I can get another Cosmic to try and out this thing. It's not going to matter anyways. I think I get one eventually. He gives Fiendus, and he draws Extravagance, which is like nutty, but I ash it, but then he just starts going for the Fiendus plays. I still can't do anything, so I'm just trying to slowly beat over his board. I finally draw the Cosmic, but I'm trying to wait until I can get another... Oh no, this isn't the game I'm thinking of, but... Just go for the Cosmic, and guess what he has? He is getting pretty low at least, but it's not going to mean much when, like, he's almost out of Guru, but he's going to search the final battle. He has a Super Poly set, so luckiest top deck ever, because this just allows him to go into Guru. He can flip this up. Or he'll just use the Book of Moon effect now, book our guys, and then he can flip this thing up. And he's going to flip the Guru up for effect. So, honestly, at this point, there's not much more to say. He's going to have full control. I can't do much about it. This card's really nutty. I drew Cosmic, but at this point, it literally doesn't matter because he already has Fiendus. And I try and outlast it, but I know there's nothing I can do. I just waited for my last draw. But Guru, sometimes it's just the nut. Alright, so this one, we're just gonna forget about the Guru now. It's out of our head, out of our mind. Next game already. So this is round 3. I believe... What was this matchup again? Oh, this is Pure Shadal. This one is a really weird one. Because he wins the RPS. I open okay, like, I could full combo, and I have a way to stop him if he just goes win to pass, and at least have impermanence. So he goes right away for El Shadal. He summons App Cologne, which I don't get it, per se, but I guess it works. But he's able to kind of start setting up his board. He has Squamata Wendy, so he can just send the Rush to start to do that one combo. He's going to link away for Gravity Controller. This is like the only opportunity I see to summon Phantasme, and I like Phantasme in this moment anyways, just because that means I can attempt to play around the window a little bit more. I'm able to get the World Legacy Guard Dragon just to attempt to help me with extension after I, like, kind of commit to the board and then force out his window. He sends Core for some reason to get back... I don't know why he sent the Core in that instance. I guess it was to get back the El Shadal. Oh, yeah. But then he just goes, summon the 2 things, links away in a Shadal construct, which was when I finally realized, oh, this is probably pure Shadal then. And then he fuses into a regular construct. And then just... Yeah, let's see, because he gets to trigger the Hedgehog and the Construct, so he sends Beast to draw a card, and it's Nef Shadal, which, obviously, I don't know that, but he just goes ahead to set 2 and pass. His board isn't that threatening to me, but I want to try and bait out the El Shadal as quick as possible, so I can, like, either drop the Dark Ruler really early, or I can just attack over it sooner. So I just go for Quick Launch, and he just lets it go. I have a suspicion his other set is Super Poly. There's not much else that deck should set. So I'm also trying to play around Super Poly, like, actually, non-ironically. So I normally spin the Recharger after that. I'm just trying to bait the Elshadal at this point. So I just go Striker Dragon for Boot Sector. Boot Sector is literally irrelevant. Go into the router, just so now the Boot Sector can be relevant. And then I do link away into the Dagda, because I want to try and set up the artifact play for the next turn, because that's still, I feel like, going to be more relevant than the Sphere play. I do get to search for the Silver Rocket, activate World Legacy Guard Dragon to bring back the Recharger. Again, does not bait out the Elshadal, I guess. And then I do get to set the Scythe, Tracer pop the World Legacy to bring out another Rocket, and I bring out Magna Rocket just because I already have Silver Rocket in hand, so there's just no reason to bring out anything else. Starting to do the Guard Dragon plays, go into these two, and I think when I declare LP is when he finally decides to go for Elshadal. So he decides to go into App Clone, which I didn't expect, but it kind of makes sense when you think about it, because it just gets to negate my LP right here and now, instead of just the Winda being Winda. And yeah, I think he did it on Summon, so he's just going to pop my Dagda and add back his Elshadal. So at this point, I can still attempt to make a little bit more of a board. Because I can definitely go for, like, the... Because I can go into words. I have a play. I'm trying to remember what it is. I'm trying to form... I think it's right here. I would just go into Pisty, and then Striker Dragon pop itself, add back Recharger. And then this way I can go Pisty to bring back the Tracer. And then I can go into the Dillingers here. Boot Sector will let me summon 2. And then I can go into the Triple Burst. And then go into the whatchamacallit. Into the Quad Boral. And then I just try and... I discard my Dark Ruler, I believe. But then he goes for the Pro Super Poly play to make it so my Quad Boral doesn't resolve, which is unfortunate. But, which means he's also going to be able to set a Falco off of the Wendy. And then here I do make a bit of a misplay, so eventually I decide my best line of play is just to go into the Abomination and just try and, like, get to a point where I can just pop his Falco and then pass. And this thing is so weird with, like, how it protects itself and shit. Like, I don't know. So that doesn't die, so I kind of rule my plans, one to Abomination, kill this. So I could have just, I think, attacked this. Or no, what if I do attack this and then pop it? So actually, I don't think I misplayed it all, but I just popped his Falco just because it didn't really matter. He does pass. He draws a Shaddoll Fusion, which is kind of clutch for him. For some reason, though, so he flips a Falco, and I decided to imperm just because I don't want him building more board presence. I don't know he has this Shaddoll Fusion at this point. I only know the L. So he decides to link away into the Cross Sheep, and then a miracle happens. He drops the Shaddoll Fusion in the zone of my imperm. So we were on the voice chat, and he was like, activate Shaddoll Fusion. I'm like, sure, that's fine. The moment he clicks his deck, I'm like, dude, it's in the imperm column, and he's like, wait, what? He was scared. I didn't know this card could just revive itself from grave for no reason. So I guess he just wanted to link climb more, which he does by going into, or no, I think, oh, he was going to link climb into Or no, he fuses. That's what it is. I'm dumb. But he fuses into these two. It literally doesn't matter because he's just going to crash with his Starving Venom to blow up my board. I think I misplayed. I forget to pop the Shekinaga, which I could have, but at the same time, if I just let the Shekinaga stay, I just get to kill him. Because what I can do here is I top deck Black Dragon for some reason, and then I overthink it and summon the Black Dragon. When I could have just boot sectored for one, brought back Recharger, made Striker Dragon, brought back my, whatchamacallit? Brought back the Quad Boral. Actually, no. This is fine, because if I just kept this in hand and I just used it for the discard, this search wouldn't have mattered, but I also just get an extra boot sector. But now I get to do the play I'm talking about, where I add back Recharger, pop my Striker Dragon, I bring back Tracer for some reason. I guess I... Oh yeah. So I was thinking, he's going to be top decking at this point. I get to equip Abomination. So there's nothing he can do after this. I just summon this for damage. However, the Quad Boral play would have been cool, but also I do forget that I have, like, no extra cards left. So I'm being big brain while remembering my own replay. But yeah, the Boral Savage was correct, because then I just negate the Shekinaga here. He has to rely on a top deck. He has literally nothing else to play with, and it's Trick Clown, so I just win. So he starts siding. He's going to go first again. I'm surprised I played out of that game, but honestly, the imperm zone was what really did it for me. You know, remember to check your zones, folks. So this game, he just goes straight Shaddoll Fusion. He opened really weird, but he starts off with a Construct, which will start letting him just build up the board. He sends the El Shaddoll, just so he can try and win down my turn. And he goes into Gravity Controller to get back the El Shaddoll. And then he just goes set Falco, set one, pass. My hand is pretty okay. I can, evenly if I really want to, I think he... I don't know if I want to try and bait out the El Shaddoll, or I just want to go straight into the evenly. I can't remember, honestly. Okay, I do just decide to start trying to play, just because I definitely can play through his board if it's just El Shaddoll. So I start going for it. I can definitely full combo, so eventually start going for it slowly and surely. Except for this... Oh wait, no, I can't full combo because it was that. And I just normal summoned the wrong thing, so I just decided to Sphere pass. Oh, I think I remember why. Because I couldn't full combo safely around Winda, so I was just gonna Sphere pass, and then just have evenly when he tries to, like, just hit over my Heretic Seal. So he's gonna bring my Construct with the Falco. He drew Super Poly for turn, which is interesting, but right here I can just bounce his Falco. It doesn't really matter what I bounce. And then I can bring out the Brotar, which lets me discard the Seifert, so that I can add Chaos Dragon Linear. Card's insane, and you'll see why in a minute. Just kills my Brotar, and then I think he just tries to extend with El Shaddoll, and just puts more on his board. But he also does send the Nail to banish my guys. Hits me for a bit more. I do decide to just go for the evenly, just because it's kind of correct. He doesn't banish the cards properly, but whatever. Leaves just a Construct. I probably could have just waited on it, but I also didn't have an effective way to play around Winda if I did drop the evenly, because I need this Levianeer to be, like, more alive than that. So eventually, he does just set 2 pass. I have another suspicion there's going to be a Super Poly set, because that's, like, all Shaddoll will set. Why would he set 2 El Shaddoll or something? So just normal summon Safer, because I need to try and get another Light Engrave, since he removed all mine before. I do have 2 easy dark targets, and I drew another Tracer for turn. I decide to use Effect and just get the White Dragon. I don't believe I go for it yet. Yeah, because I just wanted to try and bait out his board. Go banish off of that, and he's going to start some chain links. I go levying air effect, and then he chains both, which it was in this instance in the Discord call where he is like, oh, I forgot we're in Master Rule 4 still. Because he goes Super Poly Chain Link 2. So he's going to summon the Winda, but then he just starts to not resolve El Shaddoll, and I'm like, dude, do you have a way to resolve El Shaddoll? Because you have to resolve it still. And he's like, oh, oops. So for some reason, instead of making another Winda, he definitely at least had one more. And if he was playing pure Shaddoll, he should have had two more. But instead, he decides to go for App Cologne, which I can 100% out this thing. He did send Wendy, and he is going to get back spells with Construct and Winda, but that doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, I get to out the App Cologne because of my Levying Ear. So he really should have just gone Winda, but that's neither here nor there. He adds back El Shaddoll, adds back Shaddoll Fusion, and then just decides to set Squamata, and he adds the Resh off of the whatchamacallit. So I just said I need to start playing into his board, so I start going for full combo. Summon the white to summon 2 out of my hand, and then just make the Dagda. Use Search for Black, Tracer Pot the field spell. Then set the Scythe as well. And we start going for full combo. Here's where he decides to pop my guy when I summon Elpie. So he pops my Dagda for some reason instead of my Elpie, which is fine, because I can just summon Black Dragon, and I can actually just go into Dolindrous right here in this zone, and then I can still do Elpie because he just didn't pop Elpie. So Red MD, summon. Red MD will just summon something else. I don't remember if I can go for the play I want to. Yeah, I just decided to go for the Triple Burst. I should have went into Dolindrous first, but it's fine because I can just Quad Whirl, bring back 3. But I can also use a Recharger to bring back the Red MD, and then Red MD can bring back the Dolindrous. Oh yeah, because I didn't bring it back. Or no, Dolindrous just summoned itself, that's right. And then Red MD can bring back something afterwards. And then I can just make a Boral Sword, and that is the game. So, yeah. That was, I don't know. That was a game, alright. That's all I can really say about that. How long is this video? Damn, it's already 40 minutes. Alright. We're gonna cut this into 2 parts. Yeah, because this is already a 40-minute video. I don't need this an hour and a half for no reason. But thank you guys for tuning in for this one. I'll probably upload the next one tomorrow. Also, if you guys are interested, I'm going to start streaming now just because I have the time, and I'm also partnering with my locals, TGG Gaming, so we can do our online local tournaments. So I'm going to start streaming. My Twitch link will be down below if you want to give a follow. Also, I have my streaming schedule on my Twitch page, so then that's when you know to check me out. So I'll just be streaming like feature matches from locals, and I might do some rated as well, and any other things we just want to do and hang out. So yeah, check out my Twitch. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later.